Okay, so I did not shoot a video last week, and that's because I was sick, and I'm still actually a little bit sick, not, 100%. But that said, this is, I guess, for last week and this week. Not so awesome comic book pickup. Yay, woo, okay. This is actually from 3 weeks ago, though, the comic book on the top. It's The Twilight Zone, and I have not read it yet, so I can't actually give a review on that one. But I did get it, and I will read it. Yeah, I think it's from a few weeks ago. It should be, yeah, because I remember saying I didn't get it in a video. Anyways, starting with last week's stuff, I'm gonna try and go through really fast. Marvel now, point one, and I'm gonna be honest, I kind of regret getting this issue because I did not really enjoy almost anything in it. I didn't like the art for Silver Surfer, or Black Widow for that matter, or, Miss Marvel. Um, Loki was alright, and I already got the Avengers issue, so I didn't even bother going through it on here. Other than that, yeah, like I said, I kinda wish I didn't get it, especially with the price of $5.99. So, there you go. Detective Comics number 27, the variant cover. I wanted the regular cover, but I got the variant instead. Not that there's really much wrong with the variant, but I really liked the regular cover. Just this is what they had. It's thick, a lot like issue 20 of Green Lantern. The stories in it were all right. The main story, the with the Gotho, whatever it's called. It was interesting seeing everybody having different suits and it being kind of like a different alternate reality, but not really at the same time. Uh, Other than that, all the other stories, it was all right. It was an all right issue. I'm not gonna lie and say this was so amazingly good. It was all right. It was enjoyable, but like I said, I didn't love it. Um, yeah, that's what I have to say about that. Halo Escalation issue 2, better than the last issue. A lot more action going on. Everybody's not everybody, but all of like the head people that are trying to make a peace treaty are trapped on this planet while they're being attacked by Covenant. Nobody in space actually knows what's going on. Nobody in the spaceships in space knows what's going on. And yeah, it's interesting. I'm still liking it. It's still like right after the end of Halo 4's, what was it called? Spartan Ops. Right after that. So like I said, the last issue. If you like Halo, you might as well get this. If you like the story, anyway, you should get this because it is adding on to the story, and that's what I really like. And I'm hoping it's gonna lead into the next Halo game, which is announced for this year. And I'm hoping they make a special edition console because that's the only reason I didn't get an Xbox One instead of a PS4. But yeah. Um, all new X Factor number one. So this is interesting because it says right here sponsored by uh several industries. Is that actually what it says? See, I can't pronounce that word. It's some type of cat. That little thing right there. That's their logo. Anyways, a company buys the name X Factor from uh I forgot his name, but the guy who owns X Factor, the own guy who, from the last X Factor series, he buys it and he wants to make his own kind of superhero team, even though they're mutants. Polaris has already joined, and she basically recruits Gambit and Pietro. Quicksilver wants to join as well. It's weird, but I'm interested. I will stay on this for a few more issues to see how it goes. I'm not a fan of the art style. It's a lot like Uncanny XMen. I actually don't know if it's the same artist or not. I don't pay attention to that kind of thing because names and things. But the story was, good enough for me to say I'll get the next issue. The art, like I said, it's like Uncanny X-Men where one panel is all one color, like yellow or all red and stuff. I'm not a fan of that at all. But like I said, it's interesting. Wolverine and Gambit had a little exchange in the beginning, which I thought was kind of funny with Gambit trying to steal something. Yeah, it's definitely worth, at least giving it a try if you like X-Men in any way. But yeah, Avengers World #1. Stuff going on with AIM, which I think I have a feeling it's gonna lead into something big because if you've been reading for the last year with Marvel now, they've kind of been everywhere, but they haven't really explained what their end goal is, especially since Inhumanity started. Um, Still way too big of a cast of characters, in my opinion, which kind of leaves it like all over the place. I think they really need to narrow down the Avengers a little bit because this isn't even the full cast of everybody that's in here. Other than that, the story is kind of interesting. I might stay on for a couple more issues. I did drop regular Avengers, so I do like how this doesn't have that then now, back and forward that the regular Avengers comic has. That had way too many continuity things that confused me, but other than that, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Cataclysm Ultimate Comics Spider-Man, really good issue. It's issue 3, the last one for him. In the last issue, spoiler alert, he reveals himself as Spider-Man 2's dad. Stuff gets crazy from there. His dad does not like it. A plane goes down. They need to save people, and yeah, this is basically happening before. I can't actually tell. It's hard to tell if this is after or before the next issue that I'm gonna show right after this of Ultimate Cataclysm. It's kind of hard to tell because it could fit in either way. I'm pretty sure though it happens after the next issue, but who knows? Um, so Cataclysm Ultimate Last Stand issue 3, my favorite thing of last week. It could have been better though. I'm not gonna lie, it could have been better. Mr. Fantastic, or they're Mr. Fantastic for whatever, him and Spider-Man go to the 616 universe to try and find out more about Galactus. They go to the Baxter building. His daughter, he sees his daughter, or 616's daughter, and he sees the family picture, and he starts to kind of regret everything he's done. Because if you don't know, Mr. Fantastic, what's his name? Reed Richards. Reed Richards of Ultimate Universe. Kind of a bad guy. A little bit. Yeah, they're still basically just trying to figure out how to take out Galactus. This picture is very misleading, though. Now that I'm looking at it, this should have been the cover for the X-Men, because they don't show the X-Men at all in this issue. So I don't know what's going on with the picture. Other than that, like I said, definitely my favorite thing from last week. One of my favorite events so far, including last year, is definitely one of my favorite events. I believe there's one issue left to go until it's over, and if you don't know, they've already announced 3 new Ultimate Universe things going on, but we're not really sure how that's fitting in, if it's just a reboot or if it's off of this. I think it's going to be off of this. I doubt it would be a reboot, but just not that excited about the new comics actually announced. What was it? All new Ultimates, uh, Miles Morales, Spider-Man, and Ultimate FF. So, yeah. News. I'm not gonna open this and show stuff, but the cover is awesome. Um, not well. I'm hoping it's Terry McGinnis. Batman Beyond is making his way to the New 52 in a comic book based in the future. Uh, I can't wait for it. Terry McGinnis is one of my favorite Batman things. It's like Batman Beyond, one of my favorite shows when I was a kid. Hopefully it's awesome. This is a free issue for Deadpool, which I guess you're supposed to get when you buy Deadpool, but I didn't buy Deadpool. He was just giving them away, and I think it's because he had so many and he knows how many people go in. But I haven't read it. Probably will later. Don't know much about it. But free stuff is free stuff, right? Okay, so starting with this week's things. And I've already talked for 10 minutes, yay! Uh, Amazing X-Men, which wasn't that amazing. It was alright. Beast does go crazy. They finally show Nightcrawler interacting with the actual X-Men, which made me happy. Um, it was an alright issue. It wasn't, it definitely wasn't amazing, but it was enough for me to say I'll get the next issue, especially once Nightcrawler started getting in on some of the action against, these weird pirate guys who want souls. The first half of it was really based on Beast fighting Azazel's team, and then the second half was Nightcrawler and Storm fighting pirates. Still really weird, not gonna lie, with the whole heaven hell thing, but it's like I said, it's enough for me to say I'll get issue 4. Not a fan of the cover though. Um, and Beast is crazy. I'm just putting that out there. Next, Thor, God of Thunder, The Accursed, Part 5 of 5. Um, Definitely a surprising ending to it. There was a battle between Thor and Malekith, which was pretty good. They're setting up for something, for some type of war in the end. It I doubt it'll happen soon, but I'm sure when it happens, it'll be awesome. Kind of on the fence on if I'm gonna drop Thor or not right now. We'll see how the next story arc goes, because this definitely wasn't as good as the God Bomb thing that lasted like 12 issues. That was really, really good. This was alright. Like I said, the ending definitely shocked me. I'm not going to give it away, but I didn't see it coming anyway. So they did a good job there. I didn't see the ending coming. Um, but it was definitely, it was a good issue. It was a good issue. I'll leave it at that. It was a good issue. Obviously, if you're reading the Occur storyline, you might as well get it. It's the last part. If you just watch the movie, I guess going back from part 1 of this, which would be issue 13, wouldn't be bad because you at least know who the bad guy is. Other than that, we'll see how the next storyline is. Superman, Wonder Woman. I liked it up until it ended, and then it kept going. And by that I mean, you know how issues say to be continued in, and then it has like the name of the next issue or something? It did this before the issue actually ended, and it went back to Clark, Superman as Clark talking to people, and Wonder Woman, and it was kind of like, why couldn't you fit this before you did all that? They could have, they really could have, but they didn't, and it made it not as good, in my opinion. That kind of ruined it. But the part where it did end was definitely really, really good. Basically, the world now knows that Superman and Wonder Woman are dating, and it's through Clark Kent's own website, which he doesn't like, obviously. Um, and more of General Zod and kind of what he's more or less planning on doing. Uh, it was good. General Zod stuff was really good. Like I said, it ended there, and then it kept going. So, could have been better if they rearranged the pages. But other than that, yeah, definitely gonna get issue 5. I liked it a lot. Don't really buy Superman or Wonder Woman, so this is basically my Superman Wonder Woman thing, except for Unchained. I do buy Superman Unchained. I always forget about that. But that's because that takes forever to come out. All new X-Men. I kind of forgot how the last issue ended. Um, all of them knocked out with those religious crazy people. I'm actually not a fan of the religious crazy people. They were kind of just obnoxious in a way. Uh, Other than that, it's really them just escaping. AIM is involved. I'm not gonna say how, but they arrive. And yeah. Other than that, it was just an alright issue, which is actually disappointing. The last 2 issues have been just alright, and I'm disappointed because All New X Men is my favorite series, and I hate to say that they weren't as good as it's been. But the next part is the Trial of Jean Grey. I'm excited for that. Hopefully things start to pick up and get better. It seems like they dragged on this whole religious cult that hates mutants, out. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna maybe play a bigger part later, but for now, it was just kind of annoying. AIM shows up, like I said, it it was all right. That's it. I mean, not their best issues, but I guess every series has like a downward issue. And in my opinion, that was them. And for Uncanny X-Men, I kind of feel the same way because this was all a Magneto issue, which is to be continued in Magneto #1. So I feel like they just used this issue to just be a setup for Magneto's series, which, don't get me wrong, this was good. And I like Magneto, but I don't like him that much to like read an entire comic where it's just Magneto. Um, Basically, there's a new utopia, and he don't like it. Um, he's up to something. I don't know. I don't know what he's gonna be up to in the next issue, but Uncanny X-Men, like I said, again, a little bit disappointed with it because I'm not that big of a Magneto fan. But if you are, then you might love this. Otherwise, looking forward for next issue where it's hopefully based more on the team than just one character. So sadly, although my favorite comic books came out this week, and all on the same day, all three X-Men ones were just all right and not amazing, and that's really disappointing. Batgirl issue 27, Gothitopia. Oh man. So this is leading off of what happened in the last issue of Detective Comics that I showed earlier in that giant mess. There was an actual story for that issue, and the universe in Gotham is weird. It's like something's happened where everybody thinks the world is, or Gotham is like a really safe place, but the suicide rate is up. Everybody has a different costume. Everybody goes by a different name. Batgirl is Blue Bella or something like that. She works with Daybreak instead of being Nightfall. Um, it's an interesting issue. It was actually enough for me to say that I kind of want to pick up the next issue of Detective Comics. And someone's car alarm is going off. That's not going to be annoying at all. But like I said, it was it was enough for me to say, yeah, I'll get the next issue of Detective Comics. Funny enough, this makes me want to get it more than the actual story in that one. I'm not gonna get any of the other tie-ins for Gothitopia. I'm not really that interested into it. But this issue, it was pretty good. Only bad thing I have to say is that I kind of wish there wasn't so many tie-ins happening with Batgirl. Like, not last issue, but the issue before that, we had Year Zero, and I kind of just want to continue with Batgirl's main story, but we're getting all these tie-ins, and it's kind of like, I feel like it's kind of drawing me away from it a little bit, because I don't want to read these tie-ins, I want to read Batgirl, I want to read her main story. But like I said, other than that, it was definitely an interesting issue. Um, like I said, it makes me want to get Detective Comics number 20, I guess it'd be 28. Um, yeah. Nova, issue 12. I really like this issue. Once again, Nova is awesome. You should be getting it. Why aren't you getting it? Get it. Just get Nova. He's awesome. The next issue is a .1 issue, I guess. Point now issue. Which is kind of weird because really what's leading into that issue is this issue, so it's kind of like, okay. But, Nova is still going around finding skeletons of dead Novas through these lights he sees. He can find them, and he finds one, and he helps them when he really shouldn't have. But, that's actually pretty much it. And it was good. It's just, to me, it's what Ultimate Spider-Man was, in a way. Maybe not as good as Ultimate Spider-Man, but I kind of feel like it just, to me, it has that feeling, that awesome, it's a younger person, like just got new powers and going around doing stuff. Might not get New Warriors when that comes out, because I just might not. But Nova, awesome. I recommend it, especially if you want to jump on the next issue. It's apparently a jumping on point. So get issue 13. Get all 12 issues, buy the trades, do something. It's Nova. He's freaking awesome. I really hope it does not get canceled at all. Mega Man. What is this? Issue 33. So first off, we're one issue away from the Mega Man X backup story starting, which I can't wait because Mega Man X is freaking awesome. This one, if you've been reading Mega Man, you know what's going on. Otherwise, this is, I guess, a spoiler, but Mega Man was damaged pretty bad in the last issue, and Wily brings him back to Dr. Light for him to fix him, and basically that's what's going on throughout the whole issue is Mega Man being repaired, kind of like a rest and recovery issue, not really much action going on here. So it definitely isn't an issue to jump onto if you want to, read the whole Raw Moon saga that happens issue 28, I want to say. But other than that, Mega Man, it was still a really good issue, even though it wasn't action packed or nothing like that. It was still a good issue to read. Dr. Wily and Dr. Light getting along was definitely interesting. The ending of it does lead off to the next story, but my most excited thing for the next issue, it has to be Mega Man X. I'm gonna try and get that Mega Man X variant. I don't think that many people at my store buy Mega Man, so I should be able to get it. I actually could have gotten the variant for this one, which would have been the classic box art Mega Man versus this Mega Man. But I don't know, something about this cover was this looks awesome. So yeah, but next issue definitely getting the variant. And lastly, but not least, probably the best thing to come out this week, Superior Spider-Man issue 25. So by now, I'm sure everybody knows Amazing Spider-Man is set to return April, and this is the beginning of that return for Peter Parker. I'm not going to say how, but read it. If you drop Superior Spider-Man, if you didn't even get issue 1 just because you were so pissed off at Peter Parker's death, go back and read all of it. If you drop Superior Spider-Man after Ghost Peter's death, go back and read all of it, because Dan Slott, I'm not going to say he's a genius, but he's really good at what he does in his writing, and this was definitely one of those issues that I was just super excited for, and it did not disappoint me at all. Things I can give away: Avengers do fight Venom, Spider-Lock, whatever you want to call him. Was a pretty intense battle. Carly gets changed for the worse. The Goblin War, the Green Goblin versus Hobgoblin next issue. I cannot wait for that. And like I said, the beginning of the return of Peter Parker. Cannot wait to see how that goes. Even the ending of this issue with Iron Man was really good. I can't wait to see how this is gonna go. I really can't wait for this. Is one of the best things I've read. I would like to say all month. But yeah, it's definitely worth reading. And on that note, that is pretty much everything I got this week. Let me see if I can grab this stuff. I am going to do a couple of mini unboxings, and by a couple I mean one mini unboxing, that should be up with this video. I also, I don't know, got a Gundam yesterday. Don't know if I should do a review of it when I'm done. If anyone cares for Gundams, let me know. I might just do one review and see if I get any views on that. If I do, I might do more when I get more. Like I said, I'm going to do a mini unboxing that should be up with this video. If it's not up with this video, it'll be up shortly after this video. And the review for the Digivice, somebody posted a comment telling me to post it, so I will try and do that, and I'll try and have it up for Electronic Thursday next week. No Ultimate Saturday, still feeling sick, don't want to do too much, but trying to add more content to my channel, hopefully starting next month, I want to say, because this month's already gonna be ending. So we'll see how that goes. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you have any comments, comment, subscribe, like, and all that cool stuff. Sorry for the video being super long, but I had to make up for last week. And anyways, yeah, I guess I will see you next week and stuff. So bye.